Every single time we have a Jaguar XF in our collection, it's always something worth talking about. Every engine trim, every year, every colour, there's just something for everyone really, be it performance, fuel economy, space of course in the case of the estate versions. Across the board they are superb cars, and it's part of the reason why they're in such high demand. This one though has really one thing in particular above all of its other fantastic points, all of which we'll get into, which really makes it quite remarkable. In fact, you could say very remarkable, and that is its mileage, because this of course is a facelift generation 2.2 diesel R Sport version of the XF from 2014, but the truly remarkable thing about this XF is that it's covered 52,000 less miles than the average for one of these on the market, at 44,000 miles. That has to be one of the best examples in the country in terms of mileage, and certainly in terms of how well loved it has been. These are superb long distance cars, so to find one with that kind of mileage, and certainly in this kind of condition with its history and spec, it is becoming a rarity because people who buy these are keeping them. And here's another prime example of why people love them so much. Even with that kind of mileage, it is still under £9,500 for, of course, what was well in excess of a £40,000 car when new in 2014. Still of course has the option of low deposit financing if you did want to spread out the cost, and the astute eye might have noticed it's finished in one of our country's best colours. Well, it's named as such, British Racing Green, with of course those half suede seats. It's a gorgeous looking car, and of course for the XF aficionado you will have also seen that being an R Sport, it has that more, well, sporty visual trim, which makes them look even more impressive. This particular car still has its original book pack and of course 2 keys. It has history on file which you can peruse, and even a no advisory MOT until November of 2026. In other words, everything which you would reasonably want from a Jaguar XF, but that's not all, because of course the spec is fantastic as well. It has front and rear auxiliary inputs with Bluetooth, built-in navigation, touchscreen display, CD and of course MP3 compatibility, cruise control, xenon headlights with LED day runners, of course one of the primary upgrades of that facelift, LED lights on the rear as well, parking assist with built-in sensors, dual zone climate control, and to go back to the point of that engine, again, the fans of the XF will already know this, but for those who are perhaps new or less familiar, the 2.2 is simply put the most economical, most efficient engine you can get in these cars. A 200 horsepower, 330 foot-pound of torque, that's roughly 450 newtons of pulling power, but crucially up to 54 miles per gallon is possible in one of these. Again, that's from an executive Jaguar no less, and those are not the kind of numbers you would think a Jaguar could ever reach. And on the motorway, of course, it's even better. Slap on the cruise control, sit back and relax with up to 63 miles per gallon of motorway efficiency. And of course, especially these days when road tax is going crazy on many cars, certainly prestige cars, these are £195 a year to tax. In other words, for less than the price of your average used hatchback, these days you're getting a car with a 2.2 litre, 60 plus mile per gallon, sub £200 road tax, executive luxury car, but which has covered less than half the miles, significantly less than half the miles in fact, and it's in British Racing Green no less. So really, what is there not to love about this car? So of course, if you would like to reach out regarding this particular R Sport XF, you could naturally send us an email to the address shown right here on screen, or alternately give us a call on 01749 871 155 or on our mobile number of 07482 267 439.